It was easy to agree on that. It's not a major
It's a national convention that will now determine.
All right, gentlemen, let's move straight to our final conversation. Institutions are often renamed in honor of notable individuals, but students of the Polytechnic Ibadan of their school to be renamed so lightly. Protests broke out in Ibadan as students of the school blocked major roads to reject the renaming of the institution after the late governor and first rector Omololu Olunloyo. The state government had announced the change as part of a broader effort to recognize contributions of the former governor to education and public service. I mean, what exactly triggered the students', should I call it, outrage over the renaming of the... Are there genuine concerns, or do you see this as political?
Well, for me, first of all, I think if you are looking at Omololu Olunloyo, if we are to look at on merit,
okay,
well, he was the first rector of that polytechnic, and he has a track record on his side.
Okay,
I think at the age of 27, he was appointed commissioner for finance.
Yes,
yes,
I think the youngest at that time.
The youngest at that time. Moses Yekodumi. Though that was controversial because people felt that government was anti-people, but at least at 27, you know, he also became commissioner for local government, you know, and community development. So, and he's a professor of mathematics. That's well known all over the world. So if you take that on this person, I think that is not a bad idea. But also looking at the history of that polytechnic, Ibadan Polytechnic is not just any polytechnic. Okay. It was established in 1970, you know, by Edit 15, by the Western Nigerian government. So, in reality, historically, the Southwest states are stakeholders, you know, in that polytechnic. And that polytechnic has produced so many great men, like the Oni of Ife, you know, even Fayoshe attended that, and many others since 1970, but 45 years old now. So I think the problem with some of our leaders is lack of adequate consultation.
Consultation.
Because if you want to take this kind of decision, you have to look at the students as stakeholders. No matter they are 21 years old, 22 years old, they are leaders of tomorrow. They are going to produce governors, produce ministers, so you cannot underrate their feeling. And they have leadership, student union.
True. That
represent the students. So, and I think there should have been wider consultation. If that we are not under military rule, that any military government can just come over and say, we are changing the name of the institution to this and all that. So I think lack of consultation, it should have even gone beyond Oyo State, because we are all stakeholders in that polytechnic. It's our heritage. So I think when there's communication gap, there's bound to be conflict, there's bound to be disagreement. So I think that is a major problem that we have, you know.
I mean, Miko, do you agree with him? Do you think there should be wider consulting with the students, the staff, the alumni of the institution before such change can be made?
You know, even if he tried to do extensive consultation involving the students, they will still go against the renaming of their school. You see, the name of a school, the school that produced you, that shaped your life, is an emotive thing for many people.
True.
It's an emotive thing. Look at when there was this agitation that Abiola had not been properly honored and all that. And Goodluck Jonathan tried to rename the University of Lagos. All hell was let loose. They said, no, they are not going to agree. They said, we are not going to agree. Even some of the people who truly see Abiola as a hero, that deserve the highest honor that you can give a man. Those of them who are students, I mean, ex-students of that school, they said, no, give him something else, not
this school.
Our school. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. At the time when Ife was renamed, you know, it was a military regime. And
So there was really nothing exactly.
Yes, there was not so much. It wasn't as if they did not oppose it, but a military regime, and they had their way. One other thing is, today's young people, not many of them even know anything about Olunloyo. Olunloyo is not in the same class as Awolowo, for example.
Yeah.
When Awolowo died, it was a national issue. The then military president described him as the factor in the issue in Nigerian politics, or the factor in Nigerian politics.
Okay.
At that time, NTA News was told to carry Awolowo's funeral live by President Babangida, and even some of his biggest antagonists described him as the best president Nigeria never had. So Awolowo's stature loomed large right up to his death. So it can be excused if at that time there was minimal resistance, but not Olunloyo, for example. And that polytechnic has a unique name.
The Polytechnic.
The Polytechnic Ibadan. All that will go. You know, that the Polytechnic with the with that prefix. All that will go once you say, okay, Olunloyo. They will not. I'm not surprised that they've resisted. Today, if you say you want to rename the University of Abuja, a lot of his students, of course, they will revolt. So it's not
They'll
about
be happy to leave it there. It's not about the name. It's about the school.
Yeah. And
the name of the
school. Fact that a lot of them do not even know
who it.
Honestly, a lot of them do not even know.
I think it was just a governor for a few months.
Yes, just 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. Yes.
3 months.
The controversial governor.
Today's young people, those who are protesting, they know nothing about him. You know, they know nothing about him. They do sell the idea to them. They do try to sell the idea. The answer is no.
But blocking of roads.
No, they have to show their. They have to show their.
We did that when we were in school.
If you cannot
that's the only way they can show their grievances.
Is there any other way they can? Their voices can be heard without blocking.
The best way was to protest peacefully, which they have done.
As long as they are not killing people.
Yeah.
Protest in a democracy is a normal thing.
People have been holding certificates for 30, 35 years by the politicians. They are all over the world. We now change it just like overnight to Olunloyo. Even when you take that university certificate, people are saying, where is this located? So, you know, our leaders need to think not just for themselves. They need to think for the people, you know, before taking decisions of this magnitude.
These kind of decisions are not easy to take. You must ask yourself, how will they take
exactly.
Will it be popular?
And his politics wasn't actually popular.
All right, then.
You know, the election of 1993 was rigged.
All right, then.
So the election was rigged.
In terms of moral content.
Absolutely.
An election in which a local government will have the will have the population of a local government.
Yeah, it was the beneficiary of that fraudulent election.
All right, gentlemen. It's a fine place for us. It's a fine place for us to leave it.
They should leave there. They should not rename it.
Exactly. Adewale Ade, thank you very much for doing this with us. Thank you so much. BKO, as always.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And that's all on Journalist Hangout today. You can watch the repeat broadcast of this episode tonight at 11. Join us on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We're on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Benga Oreshegun. Bye for now, and God bless Nigeria.